Not me. High street, high street. High street. All these niggas steady hang cause they not me. All these bitches tryna fuck used to dub me. She say she love the green and look like broccoli. Brody tone on that stick, he always hop trees. Know he keep the hammer and he gon' squeeze. Brody always by my side and he do not leave. We the only third alive and we on high street. Paper chasing to the top and we on high speed. High speed, 42, but we on 90. Line me, pick and choose where you gon' find him. Not me, son of Addy and we gon' find him. 90 on the road, that's how I'm not really in the mood, cause I've been on my grind. Let me say 42, I'm speeding 95. Lamborghini blue, she stay up on my mind. Sipping that 42, pop bottles every night.
108, I've been speeding, need for speed often. Different state, different bitty, asking what it cost me. Pressy face, try with me, put them in a coffin. Know your place, they thought that was close and then we lost it. Get it straight, know that I'm the voice of the people. Ricky Lake, who was dishing, wait till it get low. Throw away, get that bitch back like a repo. Play it safe, niggas steady, watch through the peephole.
All these niggas steady hang cause they not me. All these bitches tryna fuck used to dub me. She say she love the green and look like broccoli. Brody tone on that stick, he always hop trees. Know he keep the hammer and he gon' squeeze. Brody always by my side and he do not leave. We the only third alive and we on high street. Paper chasing to the top and we on high speed. That ain't my girl, but I'm in love with it all. Shit like a dog, I'm thinking God for it all. I got some plays I need to get you involved. Pray for my boy, I don't wanna see what he saw. Now I be sipping on this drink, feeling lost. Niggas be old, acting young, man, you lost. A part of pressure, that's the life, there's a cost. We got the funds, we'll put you right in the block. Hate it or love it, you niggas know how I rock. Highly respected, cause I don't do all the talk. So many me tryna copy the sauce. Chip on my shoulder, the reason I'm going hard. Yeah, just enjoying the moment. Yeah, living fast, moving slowly. Yeah, in my bag, on my dolly. Speed on high, you can't slow me. All these niggas steady hang cause they not me. All these bitches tryna fuck used to dub me. She say she love the green and look like broccoli. Brody tone on that stick, he always hop trees. Know he keep the hammer and he gon' squeeze. Brody always by my side and he do not leave. We the only third alive and we on high street. Paper chasing to the top and we on high speed. Yeah. Welcome to motherfucking High Street. Shout out to motherfucking Dallas Bros. Fame. Rebels Empire. Your girl Fame Jackson.
Get him slow.
Yeah. All in my court. I don't back and forth. Nah. When I shoot, I score. I don't miss the wood. Nah. My truck two doors. Chanel full of ones. A closer done. That nigga here hot. Got money that's good. Make him to the tour.
We're live. We're back on the podcast. I'm Dallas. This is
Fame Jackson.
and we got dope guests tonight. The host of the Urban Product.
Yes, sir.
The Urban Podcast.
The Urban Product.
Yeah, the Urban Product.
Oh.
Urban Product, which is a podcast.
Which is a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Urban Product Podcast.
One of the
Hey,
other
okay.
premier podcasts in the city alongside this one.
Ooh, that's a fact.
okay.
That's a fact. That's my air horn right there. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And no, we're excited to have you guys here, man.
No, we appreciate
I
you
met
for having
DME. He's also a panelist with me at the testing lab, which is my new role that I'm super psyched about.
He is super excited about that.
And yeah, we decided, we should get together and do this, right? Have a conversation between hosts.
Oh, that's how that
And,
went. Okay.
Yeah, right?
I got you.
And yeah, so here we are, man. So it's, I know you. I just met you, my friend, and let's get into it, man. So I want to know a little bit more about you guys, like, where you guys. So you guys both from the area,
Yeah, so
What's the area?
like the Boston area.
yeah, Boston area, North Shore area. I mean, I grew up in Medford. Medford was like 30, 40 minutes from here.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up in Malden. But I grew up playing basketball. We all listen to music and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I only listened to trap, hip hop back in the day. But I didn't really start listening and actually understanding the basics of music, like what goes into music and all that shit until I met up with this dude.
Okay.
But he grew up, he'll tell you where he grew up and everything.
Yeah, like I said.
So where you live now? Not precisely, but like where?
I'll tell you where I live. I live in Burlington. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Burlington, Mass. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm still out in Malden. I'm from there. We met in college about 2015. That's when we met. And then I would say maybe 2018 is when the idea of the podcast came about. I had another host at the time that I was doing it with. We did it for a few months, and then they decided to...
So you were like,
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. They decided to bow out because they had some other shit going on in their lives.
mistake, huh?
So I was like, okay, and we're all in college, so we got other priorities at the moment.
Yeah.
Rich was my dog at the time.
We were roommates too.
You feel me? So I asked him to just pull up one time just because my former co-host just left me and I didn't know what to do at the moment. So I was kind of like, I feel like everything was kind of up in the air. What's that shit when you're like in between heaven and purgatory? Yeah, I feel like the podcast was in a purgatory stage. So I had to figure out what to do. So I just asked if he could pull up.
Yeah.
Him pulling up one time turned into pulling up the next week and next week and next week until he eventually decided that, he was down to do it. And here we are, 4 years running, still going.
I mean, when he first asked me to join him on that episode, the first ever episode, I remember it was at our kitchen table in our apartment in college. And I was happy as shit because I'm like, word, people get to hear my voice. People get to hear what I got to say. I love talking my shit. I love being the center of attention. So I was in my element that first episode.
What's your sign?
Here we go.
What's your sign?
Why?
No, just go. Just
What's your
talk.
sign?
Doesn't matter though.
See, y'all story is so touching that I'm literally crying.
What the fuck?
Like, this is like...
Are you really crying?
her.
I can't tell if she's fucking with me.
I like her. She fucking with us. She fucking with us.
Do you have
She
a
fucking with
sneeze
us.
or are you really
Nah,
crying?
she fucking with us.
No, I have.
Yeah, she fucking with us. No, our story is not that touching, bro.
What? Did I miss something? It's my first time meeting something like
So that means I'm a good actor.
Yeah, nah, Aquarius though. Aquarius. Yeah.
Is that really what you are?
That's
Bro,
what you
don't
are.
start, bro. Don't
sorry.
start. You don't.
I've never met a male Aquarius, that's why. I don't know, it just sounds weird. But it's okay. It's just weird.
Why?
But it's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm Aquarius. What does that mean? But
Because you say you're a center of attention.
no, I said I like being the center of attention.
Same thing, right? Same difference?
Pretty
right?
much, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so depending what sign you is, that's why.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know too much about mine, so
You don't, not one thing.
I feel like I don't get into that stuff simply because I
Not
feel like
one
you
thing,
can.
though, that
No,
can
I don't pay
apply.
attention to it because I feel like you can take something from every single zodiac and apply it to yourself.
Yeah.
So it's too generic for me to even care about. That's why I'm just like, yeah.
I feel like people can just lie about that shit too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there have been times. There have been
Tell you
times.
when I'm Aquarius the whole time I'm a Cancer. You never know.
What?
Facts.
Yo,
'Cause
take
I'm-
that string of your hoodie and just move it off the top of the mic there. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's not rubbing.
Yeah, my fault.
No.
But yeah.
But like I said, my
Okay, yeah.
dog had an act for everything, and once I saw that, there was real potential in this growing, we went ahead and did that. I think a little after college, we decided that we needed an actual studio to maybe elevate our stuff to the next level. So, because we were just recording in our apartment at the time.
No,
Do a
what we
video
needed,
at the time,
what we needed was we were only doing audio at the
Yeah,
time, so we
yeah.
wanted to implement the video aspect of it. So getting a studio was going to be the best way to do it.
Right.
So we had a couple connections. We met up with these people in Medford. They fucked with us. They supported the idea. We did a little trial run at their studio, and then eventually used that place as our residence studio. And yeah, from then, I feel like everything just started to take off because I feel like when we were just on audio, it was mostly our friends listening or just whoever was in the local area listening. I think when we actually put our faces out there and started to grow on social media, that's when the ball started rolling, and then we started connecting with artists in the scene.
Yeah.
And everything just kind of started to take off like that.
I think you gotta have video these days.
I feel like it adds a different level of authenticity as well, just because like when people see, like when we bring people into our studio, they actually see like the effort and time we put into like making that studio ours.
No, yeah, your show's
So
super pro. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So like when people see that, they take your shit more serious.
Yeah.
So I feel like the reason we are where we are right now is because of video and people like seeing the shit the effort and time we put into this shit.
Right.
and taking it seriously. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I also feel like people fuck with it because it's like real life reactions. Like nothing scripted. We don't plan out our episodes. We kind of just hit record and then just talk as if we're two friends, you know? So I feel like people enjoy that because I might say something on the podcast, but you watching me say it gives you a completely different perspective on what I'm actually saying. You know what I mean? Because like I fuck around a lot. I joke around a lot. If you just heard it, you'd maybe think I was being completely serious the entire time.
Yeah.
When you're watching, you say, "No, he's messing around."
That nigga's
But
a
you wouldn't know
clown.
this.
What differentiates y'all's podcast from others?
You want me to talk shit?
When you talk
Yes,
shit.
bro. Talk this shit. Yes, bro. We here for a reason. You here for a reason. We here for a
When
reason.
you talking shit, what type of shit do y'all talk? What makes it entertaining?
No. I said your question, meaning for me to answer it, I would
answer
have to
would be-
talk shit about other platforms.
Oh yeah, talk your shit.
What differentiates us from others? I feel like there's like a certain layer of authenticity that we have amongst each other. You know what I mean? We don't let anybody in the space that we're not comfortable with, that we don't actually want to talk to. Like everyone that stepped into my studio are people I have genuine relationships with. And if it was, for example, like my first time meeting them, I probably was familiar with who they were before they stepped into the studio. You know what I mean? So all that is just, we're allowed to have real, genuine conversations. I feel comfortable saying anything next to this man.
No filter.
So I feel like when people come to us, they know that they're going to get that real level of conversation, and we're going to go deep if we have to go deep. If there's like a sensitive topic, we'll handle it with care, but still be able to get through that topic. You know what I mean? So in terms of what differentiates us from other people, I feel like we are the conversations that you have in your small circle of friends, or we're the conversations that you have behind closed doors that never thought would get outside. That's what I feel.
That's a beautiful way to describe
It
that.
sounds very familiar.
Oh yeah.
Because
Shit, our podcast ended relationships with people.
Have you seen our podcast? Have you seen our podcast? Because I don't think you've seen our podcast. Like, we've had your favorite artists
I've seen
either
one clip.
almost cry, either... We've had people cry in here, want to fight in here. People walks out in here, deep ass arguments in here. Like, it is crazy. So when you say like conversations that people don't want to have, I feel you because we like that, and it's like, and that's something we have in common. That's not different. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a great thing because I feel like everybody else tries to be proper in the most ghetto way. But here, there, it seems like we don't give a fuck. If the ghetto comes out, it comes out. You feel me?
You see it? That's
Power-
beautiful. That's
Power of an edit, bro.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But that's
Shit
beautiful
gets
she
too
says that
crazy.
shit. Because how often do we have people come to the studio and be like, yeah, I thought this was going to be just a regular generic ass interview like I had last week with so-and-so, bro. Like, how many times do we get that? So when people come to us and we do have those conversations, we get into shit like you guys do. So.
Yeah, we always try to, like, you know, we do the background stuff, but we like to try to get past that and, like, get opinions and you know, learn really, like, what makes people tick, what their weaknesses are, all that type of shit, you know?
Yeah, because it's dry sometimes seeing an artist behind, like, the cameras and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we all portray ourselves in a specific way as artists or as whoever you think you are or whoever you are. So some people don't get to see the outside of you. Your fans don't get to see the outside of you, your haters. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you get on different topics or a specific type of topics, it gets to, like you said, it gives the audience like a whole nother perception.
There we go.
Yeah, I got the job.
Real recognize real, bro. We look familiar.
So that's really dope. One thing that you did say though, so everybody that you've had on your show, you've known personally.
I've known them personally, or if
through
it
somebody
was
that
my
you know
first time meeting them, I've had like prior knowledge though. Like for example, if it was an artist that I've never met before, I've probably spent some time looking over their shit, or I'm probably like a fan or been a fan of them for a few months or a few years.
So how do you decide who gets on your show?
Whoever pays. No, just kidding.
Nah, honestly, if you want me to keep it a buck, bro. So it's like there's so many people. It's like mad. It's like a list.
We've curved we curve a lot of people on the daily, to be very honest with you.
Yeah, but I feel like our podcast went through stages. So when we first got to the studio, we were trying to figure out ways to grow the brand and just grow everything that the urban product represented. And this was before we got our LLC. This was before the website launched.
People make it seem like I'm the most asshole when you got these two running podcasts.
What do you mean?
Like, it's like
We assholes?
yeah.
We assholes?
She said y'all was assholes,
The
right?
Aquarius.
I didn't say y'all was assholes,
I've
but
heard it before. But
you see what I'm saying? But you know that's what people can say that y'all is. You know what I'm saying? But people think I'm a bitch. I'm an asshole.
Who said that?
Off of what? I didn't get that energy yet. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get that energy yet. Okay. I mean, you didn't say anything that would make me think that.
You think she's a bitch?
No.
I think you just blunt. You probably straight to the point and blunt.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah,
so
people can't handle that really.
I think I fuck with y'all because, like he just said, what you said. What was your response?
No.
No.
It's a nice try. No, I said no.
Okay, so people can misconstrue who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Easily.
All the time on the podcast.
So I think that's what it is. So I try to tell people as an artist, I'm a whole different entity than I am from what I'm interviewing you as. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not sitting up here as like in my artistry form. You feel what I'm saying? This is Fame Jackson, but you know, you're the topic, you're the spotlight, you know.
And we're doing a show, so like we gotta like push some buttons and shit and try to make it interesting sometimes.
Nah, for sure.
You gotta
And
ask
they
the
all
interesting
can't
questions.
give
Yeah,
out
that shit that
me,
people want to
so.
hear.
Have you seen our shit before?
I seen that episode.
Did we come off as assholes? Is that
No,
what you
like I seen the C4 episode. I
Okay.
seen
said? Dog.
a couple more episodes. Well, yeah, so I lied. I seen maybe 2 episodes. But yeah, y'all didn't come off no type of, you know.
Bet.
Yeah, no.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we ain't trying to be assholes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I
ain't
was
trying to
trying to
be
see where that
assholes.
question was going.
Yeah, no.
Nah, most of the people we bring on the podcast, we form relationships with, and we still in contact to this day. So just because you never know what can happen, you know what I mean? We just had Van Buren back as
I was watching that today.
Yeah, we had 4 of them back, and that started off Luke, just one of them. So we're probably gonna have another episode. Hopefully, we can get more of them in there. But
Yeah.
just showing you that, yeah.
Yeah, I've just learned that like if I don't have anything to go off of, I can't produce a good show. You know what I
It's
mean?
not gonna be interesting.
Generally, if it's people that I've had relationships with, it's easy to form conversation because, for example, I know where their level of comfortability is at with certain topics.
Right.
Like,
So you actually care about that.
oh yeah, for sure.
You care about people's levels of comfortability.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wouldn't ever want you to invite you to a space and make you feel
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
no, I would make you. I'm sorry. Comfortability is the right word, but would you hold back?
Nah.
No.
I would be able to I would be able to articulate myself in a way that makes everybody comfortable but still get my point across.
Okay.
You know, I feel like you have to handle every guest different. You can't talk to, like, for example,
Not everyone's built the same. Everyone comes from different backgrounds and whatnot, so you got to learn which buttons to press and how to press them.
I think you just have
So,
to.
I can't speak to, for example, a Monavelli how I would speak with D-Mall.
I know exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what I'm
everyone's
talking about.
different.
Everyone
yeah,
is different. So
yeah,
it's like
you got
knowing how to make everyone comfortable in this space, knowing how to adapt to make everyone cool is how the conversation is going to carry, because we'll run our show for a good hour and a half, you know what I mean? So I don't want the conversation to dry up at any point. I want to make sure the vibes are good at all times. If I see that we're headed in a direction and maybe someone's not interested in it, or if someone's starting to get uncomfortable, then we'll find some way to audible to get things back on track to make sure
I'm the
the show
opposite.
carries on.
When I see you getting uncomfortable and you about to cry, I just want more. Yes, to me, that's the, you can't have that weak point. If you know I'm touching something, you should show no emotions. That's the best way to just do it. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's
So
like,
if someone's about to cry, you gotta
yeah,
make
you
them
got
cry.
something hiding in there. I want to know.
I mean, you gotta do it the right. You gotta do it in the
We
right
do it the right way.
Like,
Do I do it the right way?
usually, yeah, yeah.
Usually.
You know, like, because that like when somebody's getting uncomfortable, that's probably because it's like there's something interesting there to talk about. You know, so like I think the key is to not make people feel like you're fucking with them, and like you're using them for your show. Like, you know, you want them to feel like you genuinely are trying to understand and get to know them and like understand their perspective. You know, I think a lot of times, especially with like artists, probably especially rappers, like I think a lot of them feel like they got to put on this like I'm super cool thing when they're in an interview, and that can end up being like super really dry.
And we've had that. We've gotten so bored and did shows mad early. People look at each other like, you know.
No, we've had those same discussions where after the interview we're just like,
Yeah, we're never doing that.
yeah, we're not never again. It was just wasted time.
But it's also happened where we've had guests on and it would just go in a way where I would never see it going. Like I thought maybe this conversation was going to go here, and now I'm uncomfortable just chilling because like my guest because we did a great job of making our guest feel so comfortable to just sharing, and then you hear what they start sharing and you're like,
damn.
oh. I'm all over here like one episode we had a guest that came on and he was like a giant fan of everything that we do, so like he felt completely comfortable as soon as he stepped on, bro.
I know exactly what
You
you're
feel
talking
me? And then like my man started like getting into like suicidal talks and like trigger warning, getting like suicidal conversations, and I was just like, wow, I feel honored that you feel comfortable having the conversation here and amongst us, and we'll guide you through that conversation. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, that's a lot to take in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And still be able to. I'm like, all right, how do I bounce? I'm like, all right, word, transition.
Yeah.
We transition.
So now we're from our sponsor.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like that. I don't know. Getting through each guest is different, but we've had practice throughout the years.
Yeah.
So
Who've been some of your favorites?
Let me see. I'll say Lil Tim. Tim was one of my favorites from what was it, season 5, Kid from New Hampshire. That's actually what he was talking about. Another one, I'll say D-Mall. D-Mall, first time we had D-Mall on.
Free D-Mall facts.
Free D-Mall. That's definitely another one. When we were in college, when we were in the studio at the radio station where we had what's called Ace, we had Gio, and we had Dre. Do you remember that episode?
I think all 3 of those were different episodes.
No. Dre and Gio were one episode.
Dre was a separate episode. Gio and Don was one episode.
The one with Gio and Don. Yeah, that's the one.
What about
That's
it?
the one. Huh?
What about it? Oh
no,
those
it was just a
favorites?
funny. Yeah, those were just my
Okay.
favorite episodes. And the last one with Gio and Don, that was just hilarious. It was a hilarious episode just because our boy Gio was an absolute clown, so he wasn't acting serious at all.
Nice.
And
I love that.
You know how all the out of pocket conversations that you have with your friends, like all the things that you shouldn't be saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's my job to make that. It's my job to take all that type of conversation
structure it.
and make it suitable for the public to hear.
Yeah,
You know what I
so
mean?
it's not
So
nice.
that's, so that's probably why it was one of his favorites, because it's like out of pocket shit. But we make it flow in a way where it's like, we won't get canceled if we put this.
That was
shit
just a
out.
very entertaining episode.
Nice.
Facts.
Very entertaining. Wish we had video for that one. How about you? What do you?
I really don't know if I have a favorite episode, to be honest with you. It's 180 episodes. That's hard. That's hard. I don't think I got a favorite episode personally.
What was the wackest episode?
None of our episodes are what kind of question is that? What?
My dog.
What? You really asked me that. That's crazy.
Damn.
I know you had
I'll say the ones I wasn't on.
It was probably like
The ones I weren't on.
Because you had that boring ass artist or person that you was interviewing that couldn't answer no questions.
Yeah, but me and
that either answer questions and it was whack as hell.
if it was like that, we just wouldn't have them on. You know what I mean? That's why I say like we're selective with our guests. Like if I thought you were gonna give me a dry interview, I just wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? People get butthurt by it, but it's just like at the end of the day, like you expect me to carry a conversation and then spend the time, because because I edit, I mix, I engineer, I do the producing, the socials. I
This
like,
man's busy.
and so I was like, you want me to take my time in a week to put all this shit into something that I'm not actually interested in? It's like, nah, if I see that, I'm just not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, I've had people that I'm cool with, but I know as soon as we sit down, like, dog, I got nothing to talk to you about. You know what I mean?
Would you guys ever like enter into a mode where like people needed to pay to be on your show?
We did that for a brief period, and I didn't like it.
Right.
I didn't like it because we did it in our early stages. I was trying to mention that earlier before we got the LLC and all that. We were trying to figure out ways to elevate the brand and
Monetize,
get more equipment for our studio and just like match it. So we charged for interviews for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it worked. Like shit that we needed to do, we were able to fund it because we were doing that for a little time. But over time, I just didn't like it because I felt like, yeah, these people are happy to be here, but it didn't feel genuine to me because I felt like I was sitting next to people and they're paying for this interview, but it's not my style of interviewing people. You know what I mean? Like
now you're interviewing the people that want to pay as opposed to the people that you want to have on.
Yeah, like if I'm interviewing you on the show, if I'm talking to you on the show, I want to do it because I actually want to.
Yeah,
you'll see more excitement come out of me. Like certain topics, I'll dive deep into certain topics. I actually care about this shit.
Right.
If it's somebody just coming and it's like for promotional reasons, I'm like, all right. What are we here to talk about?
Yeah.
Word. Put your socials out there. All right. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
You know
I'm super.
I don't like doing that.
I'm super anti like all the pay to play type shit. Yeah. And I think it's a disease on music.
I feel you.
You know, because it's just like you said, like if it's a podcast, right now it's just whatever guests are willing to pay. It's not, you're not making the best show anymore. You're just quick money grabs.
Exactly.
You know, shows are the biggest example around here, you know, where they have these showcases and they make every artist pay to perform. And again, you end up with people that probably aren't at a stage in their career where they're ready for that room because they can't draw for it, but they're willing to pay to get on that stage. And so, you know, you have these shows where it's like, you know, it's, again, whoever's willing to pay instead of like the promoter saying, I want to make the best show I can and find all the best artists and pay them to perform and then make my money selling tickets to this awesome show, right? And so then you end up with like people come to these shows and they're like, this kind of sucks, you know, and they're like, why? Because of all that, you know. And then again, I think even with like paid features, you know, it's kind of the same thing where you end up with like these songs where you're like, why the fuck is he doing a song with him, you know? And when as a fan, like when you see two artists do a song together, you want to at least believe like, that's cool. Like they fuck with each other and they decided to collaborate and do this artistically, you know, for real. And so, and all of it, I mean, there's no bottom because you end up with these hungry artists that are willing to pay for shortcuts that they think are gonna, you know, give them some big leapfrog over everybody else. Basically, it never works out that way, and it ends up just watering down the whole thing, which makes for less fans, which means that the whole shit's not gonna work, and ends up being like a big pyramid scheme.
I feel that.
I feel 100%. I mean, I don't agree with the
it's definitely stealing from the artist and taking from the artist. Because the thing is, like...
Yeah, as an artist, how do you feel about that?
I don't like it at all because it's like... just, like, artists, being an artist, it costs. It just costs, you know? So... I just think if an artist is going to pay for something, it should have some type of value in it. You know, everybody's opening up for all these A-list artists, and it's like, bro, half the time these people come late, they come only on their set, they leave, or like this, you get nothing out of it. There's no AR, PNR, there's no label in the room that's like, you know, shopping. So I feel like these people just pay for a night of, you know, a night of fun, you know, a fun night out. You feel what I'm saying? And usually it's like $800, $900, $1,200. Me, I'm not paying. If Nicki Minaj is staying in the building while I'm performing, then yes, my $1,200 actually is worth it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so,
1,200?
huh?
1,200?
I pay $1,200. Yeah, I pay $1,200
to perform.
Yeah, to perform.
You gotta think about it, bro, because people think it's an opportunity to get seen. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
You're headlining. If she said Nicki Minaj, and imagine you're performing before Nicki Minaj. There's going to be people there. You don't know who's in that crowd.
Okay, so
It's an investment, low key.
It's a marketing investment, but usually it doesn't pay off.
Yeah,
Without
I understand
paying.
why not though.
Without paying, if they were like, all right, sell this amount of tickets. Would you feel more better about that?
If I'm keeping 100%
Of the profit?
of the profit, yes, because now I'm doing your job and I also have to do my job.
Okay.
You want, me to
understand
promote,
that?
you want me to promote and perform?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I'm like, if I
Double
don't have to
dipping,
pay to
yeah.
come
I get
on,
it. I get it.
if I don't got to pay to come on, but I bring like 50 people here who are here to see me, and now we got this show lit. I feel like,
That's how it's supposed to work.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
all right, why pay? Like, I can sell these
Yeah.
tickets. Like, what's called
No, that's how-
instead of me paying them before them, all right, give me 30 of them bitches. Watch how quick I.
But that's the
flip 'em, you feel
problem.
me?
That's what they're saying. That's the problem. That's not how it works. It's
So
the
if they
opposite.
give you
People are
30
paying, not bringing anything.
Yeah.
But I'm
I
saying,
mean,
would that be a better
oftentimes
route?
they'll give you that type of deal, and that's kind of how they'll mask the scam.
Do you think that's a better route, or it's
Not
It's
really,
not.
because like
It's not.
because you probably can't sell those tickets.
okay?
You know, if you're kind of at that level, like usually when I see people entering that type of thing, they're like, oh, I ended up fucking still got 20 tickets left or whatever, you know. So and I think that like if you can draw, then you can draw, and like then you should be paid to perform because you can draw.
Yes.
Right?
That
Like
makes
why
some
would the
sense.
promoter give you tickets to make profit if
There'll
you
be
can draw
no
that number?
tickets
Exactly.
He's
selling.
losing money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He knows that you can't draw that many, so he's gonna be like, yeah, take these and sell them. You know,
Now you're paying
it's a
out of
scam.
your pocket, you know, covering your friends, because a lot of times you're
Want your
just
friends to
handing,
come.
right?
handing
Because you
out
want
tickets.
people to come to see you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So,
I get
Yeah.
that.
and we all know friends don't like to support shit. Family don't like to support shit.
They do, but I mean,
They do,
they're
but
not
they
your
like
fans.
free
They're not
shit.
gonna come over and over, and yeah, they do want. They
It,
do want to get
it has
hooked
to
up.
be
Yeah,
free,
shit,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they're not.
yeah.
It's
Is it
gonna be
lit?
a hassle for them to
be
pay
women
for a
there?
ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, once you just give me a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how niggas talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm
mean,
not doing no promoter's job. That's not what I'm
yeah,
doing.
I mean, we understand that as well, especially with friends, because with the podcast, the amount of times we've had our friends that are in the music game, artists. Yo, why don't you interview me? Why haven't you asked us to be on an interview yet? And what you said, what kind of value are you adding to the podcast? Why would we bring you on just because we're friends? No, we're not free entertainment. We're not just gonna put you on just to put you on. So I totally agree with what you're saying, because we've experienced that our own.
And if we have truly are friends and we haven't done it, you're probably trash, dog. But we're friends, so I love you.
Yeah.
We love you,
Not
yeah.
doing that. You know what I
The
mean?
thing that everybody has to remember when you're in these creative pursuits is that like you get what you earn and deserve. You know, and if like you're not getting something, if you're not get, you know, like I get frustrated, right, because we don't get nominated for BMAs and shit like that, right? But I'm like, okay, like I can be pissy about it, but like there's something that we're not doing yet.
We got to do more.
You know, there's something we're not doing yet. I think I don't know. Maybe it's a fucking it's just a bunch of friends and they nominate each other. Who knows? But like. That's how shit is,
it's
man.
like,
You get what you
we've
deserve.
had like half of the city in here already. We've had the dopest artists like that you would consider as Boston's A-list. You know, we've had like people that are actually signed, like actual artists that are probably within the C coming up B-list. You know, real industry. We've had real motherfuckers in here. So for a motherfucker to say or think like, oh, we're not doing enough to be nominated, bitch.
So talk your shit.
Bitch, what?
Let them know.
Because again, that just means a motherfucker within the BMA ain't doing their job. Because if you was scoping around artists podcasts within the city, you would see what's actually, because we literally came from just mics like y'all came from too, and we ain't hype about the clout and stuff like that. We don't chase the clout. Maybe that's why, you feel what I'm saying? But that's not what we do. Like I said, we have like B-list artists in this bitch. The fuck we chasing for? Bitch, you need to come find us.
Nah, facts.
I like that.
And
You
it's
gotta
like,
find us.
and it's like, no matter who you have in the room, you're still generating content. You know what I mean?
And we
It's like-
genuinely do it for the city. We do not ask for money. He pre-records artists free of charge on High Street Beats before the podcast starts. So we get to air their shit at the end of the podcast,
Wow, that's
ending
love.
it
Brandon
like
song,
that.
yeah.
You
That's
know what I'm
love.
saying?
Nah, yo.
So
That's
Facts.
love.
Now that we're
we
here,
don't-
yeah, now that 10 on 1 was crazy.
That song was
crazy.
That song was fire, bro.
I remember watching the clip when he recorded it here.
Oh, nice.
And then I heard him perform it live.
Oh,
but
sick.
then coming all the way to it popping up on the album. I was like, oh yeah, I remember
Yep.
this shit.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah, I
nice.
was like, that's dope.
Yeah, a lot of the songs on the compilation I just put out were from podcast.
I'm number 4.
Talking shit.
Okay. So I gotta check this shit out.
But I think that's dope. You feel me? That y'all do that, like you'll
Yeah.
do the show and then do a session with the artist.
It's kind of our
and then,
spin
like,
on like the freestyle thing.
Nah, it's fire.
You know?
That's fire.
Yeah.
I was trying
So
to
it's
figure out a way to
genuine,
make that
it's
work.
real,
on my
it's
side, but I'm like, nah.
sincere. You feel what I'm saying? We don't want nothing back. And the only thing we do, like, it is supposed to be, is just, like, however, how you say it. Like, when you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yeah.
But how do you say it in a more, like, real professional way? Like, so we don't.
Reciprocation.
Yeah, reciprocation. What we don't expect.
We match the energy. We match an energy there. That's how I like to call it.
Yeah. So the same love should be there. You feel what I'm saying? It should be the same. You feel what I'm saying? And like he said, a lot of these people running this shit are friends. Like y'all say, you said something similar. You just really do get in tune with people that you personally know or friends of friends. You feel me? Which that's a whole different entity than an award show. And you're hosting an award now. You're picking your friend as the motherfucking winner. You feel what I'm saying? That's a whole different thing. You feel what I'm saying? That's exactly what's going on. And I really want to know what's these awards for and what is it getting them? Like,
still
what,
on
what
that?
I wouldn't-
is it?
That shit, y'all, that shit struck a nerve in you, huh?
It is, because what is they getting? Just a fucking piece of plastic from fucking Dollar Tree? Bitch, because I could buy that shit from Dollar Tree and print your name on it for being the lamest bitch of the year. How about that?
Do that then.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you. I mean,
I don't like to dwell on that shit simply because like I don't like to focus on what I can't control. What I can't control is what we're doing on the podcast on the week-to-week basis. You know what I mean? If people want to recognize that and give us an award for it, shit, I'll take it.
Yeah.
If not, I'm not gonna sweat it because it doesn't affect what I do at all.
Right.
I'm not doing this for an award. I'm doing this because I like making content.
Yeah.
Simple as that. So
Yeah, but when you see, like, people winning the shit, and it's like,
I feel like it's the same people that get nominated.
exactly, and it's
And
like,
like
like, can we
three-quarters
actually
of the
do
nominees I've never heard of.
the culture?
yeah.
Can
That's
we-
why I'm not pressed about it
feel
because
me?
it's just like it
It's
doesn't.
just
It's not.
yeah.
the
But
selection
I
is
mean,
just a
like,
bunch
we
of
should
niggas circle
press
jerking
this
each
shit
other.
because this is our industry. We should press this shit
Am I
because you
lying?
know why?
Am I lying? Like, what?
No, we should press this shit. You know why? It's like watching your whack ass friend on stage knowing that he sucked on stage and now you hyping this shit like, bro, you was the best. Like, we need to stop doing that shit. It's the same with the awards. Stop telling your man he's good. He sucks. Tell him the truth so we can stop wasting time. So we can stop wasting time. Now you nominating all these fucking people with zero to none relevancy. You feel what I'm saying? Which kicks back time and purpose from other real, the real deal.
Yeah.
Like, the real deal here. Like, if Boston needs to move, we got to deal with the real deal. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's not it.
Facts.
So it needs to, yeah, I know you don't care, but it needs to be cared.
So how can we change that? What do you want to do? How what are some ways you want to change it? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
President
Shit.
Jackson.
I say we go. I say we go to the show and pull a Kanye and storm the stage.
Like, shit. If anything, start your own awards. Start your own awards. You know what I mean?
With some bats, you
With
feel
actual
me?
credibility behind it.
We could do that. The podcast
We
awards.
could.
You could easily do that. Start
We
your own
could.
awards with real credibility.
All right, see.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm just like, bro, I see.
That's a good
'cause
idea
I
because you
know-
know why? These niggas, I want to know what they winning behind these awards. Like, you can't be getting awards from broke people. That means you just getting plastic. The VMAs, they get real shit. You feel what I'm saying?
I think it's just bragging rights. That's what.
That's all it is. That's all. It's clout. It's clout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dog. The fact that I know the culture is just so misrepresented in the state. You know what I mean? Like, people don't really, to my knowledge, Massachusetts doesn't really put enough care into the arts community as they need to. So when it comes time for these award shows when these award shows circle back around, I never expect them to get the culture right because shit's always been misrepresented out here. You feel me? So when I see certain platforms that aren't nominated, and when I see the same 3 black platforms get nominated year in and year out, it's just like that's what they know from the community. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely start your own shit if that's the way, because that's how the BMAs start. I don't even know who runs the BMAs. You know what I mean? So I tried not to put any mind into that, but I get where you're coming from. You know what I mean? In terms of, we gotta squish the heads and make it regrow from the root up. I feel you. I just never expect Mass to get it right. Yeah.
So speaking of that, like, so you guys are obviously super in tune with like the music scene, especially the hip hop scene, right? Like, what kind of trends are you seeing, like, especially musically? You know, I think that one of the things that we lack here is like a really well defined sound that you can point at and be like, I know that music came from Boston.
I'm seeing Boston rappers slowly get away from the drill, and I love it. I love it.
That's good to hear.
That's a fucking applause.
They was on that New York. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
New York.
Thank you. They're slowly getting away from that shit. I was like, When Pop first broke out, bro, I was scared. I'm like, damn, New York been dead for a minute, and now this shit's back. Now I'm seeing all of my favorite childhood songs get resampled. And I'm just like, we don't need this shit, bro.
At all.
But it's starting to die out again. So that's definitely a trend that I hope dies soon. You feel me? R.I.P. Pop. But besides that, trends in Mass.
I mean, do you feel like there's any type of like sound brewing that you see, like, okay, there's a lot of artists doing this sort of thing, you know, these types of beats? Or...
So we had a conversation with Devo about this, Devo the Genius, and he said something really profound to me. He was like, the sound really comes from the producers, not the artists.
Yeah.
So I feel like in terms of production and sound, I don't know how to describe it. Like, when I do hear it, I do think this is from Boston, but I just don't know how to describe it.
Is it boom bap?
Boom.
With modern day twist?
I would say boom bap, because when you said Devo shit was like a little bit of boom bap.
Yeah, he titled it Essential Hip Hop. That's what he titled it as.
I heard that, I was like...
But I don't know, I wouldn't really associate that to Mass. I would just associate that more with the East Coast in general. So, like, in terms of, like...
Boom bap?
Boom bap, yeah, it's more East Coast. I wouldn't say that's specific to Mass.
More New York,
New York,
if
you know
anything.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, all in New England or the East Coast in general kind of just follows whatever wave that New York is on, you feel me? And then when New York went through their whole trap phase where everyone just started to shift to trap, or like the Houston sound, and the whole East Coast sound got confused as fuck, you feel me? Because I'm like, ASAP, why is this nigga on Chopped and Screwed shit, you know what I mean? So I felt like for a while, the entire East Coast was just confused and was just trying to see what would work, you know? People felt like they were getting a breath of fresh air when Griselda started to pop back up. But that wasn't really a new sound. It was just more of a more defined sound, you know what I mean? So in terms of Massachusetts, I don't think there's one sound that anyone is really going to. I feel like there's just a whole bunch of inspiration from all different regions, and people are just trying to see what...
That's definitely what I see. It's just like people like all the different genres, and we sort of take them and like do our own version of them.
Exactly.
You know, I think there's definitely common elements. Like you hear like soulful samples kind of across all the different types of beats are like always popular with Boston artists, it seems like.
You know, with the soulful samples, if you see people rapping on those beats, those people can actually rap.
Yeah.
So like I feel
but
like
even on like drill beats and shit, like drill beats with soul samples, you know, like those are always popular.
I feel like if anything with Massachusetts or the East Coast, what keeps Massachusetts artists unique I would have to say lyricism. I feel like lyricism has always been
That's
big
definitely a common
in just
element.
East Coast hip hop. So if anything that
So what
hasn't
kind of
died,
rhythm
I'd say
usually
that.
goes with like lyricism? Is usually what? Like what type of tempo? Well, how do you say it? What type of beat or
What
tempo?
type of beat? I mean, type of beat, yeah.
Usually goes with like, you know, lyricistic, you know, type of music, would you say?
I say it's typically not trap beats.
Yeah, what
you
do
know,
you mean?
Because
No,
Eminem is pretty lyrical, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? And his beats are like really just, you know, like even his new songs, he's still very lyrical. His beats up to date, it's modern.
He uses all types of shit though.
Yeah, but it's not a specific sound. Like it's not a drill beat. It's not a, you know, it's not
Who did you say?
Eminem.
Oh, okay.
Who else is a lyricist? Nas. You feel what I'm saying? Like his type of beats. You feel what I'm saying? Like, who else?
Well, Nas actually been on some trash production for the past few years. Hit Boy kind of just re-emerged. Nas, man, thank God.
Yeah.
But Nas has been on a lot of trash within the past few years.
Yeah, I fell off on this. I was like, these beats fucking stink.
Yeah. Yeah.
But his old shit was amazing, obviously.
But people stay for his lyricism. And
Yeah.
then when Hit Boy added the production.
Is he a lyricist?
Kendrick.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Kendrick.
Can Jay-Z rap?
No.
Trying to figure out the conversation.
Questions. No, it's anybody. I mean, I think lyrical. There's like lyrical rappers versus like, I wouldn't say mumble rappers, but guys that are just kind of more vibing.
I
It's
think
really the
Jay-Z is
difference.
really not that good as everybody says he is.
His wordplay is great. I mean, I used to feel the same way. Then I actually listened to the shit he says,
It's pretty funny.
and he like.
He just does shit that
yeah,
other people don't do. Like, he just raps about shit he does.
I was going to say, like, the
that
things he
sound
raps
nice.
about, like, you don't hear other people rapping about, and he puts it in a way where it's just like, damn, you're better than me.
Because they're not as
Yeah.
rich as him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just
So
like,
it's
wow.
Like,
And he's
never
made
think
like
to do
so many
that.
monster hits.
Yeah, so many people made monster hits. That don't make them good rappers, but I
No, but he's
guess.
both though. He's
Who's
both.
your favorite?
Who's my favorite
Rapper, yeah.
rapper? I like Lil Kim. I like Nicki Minaj. I do like Nas.
okay.
I grew up in a church, so Lauryn Hill was my thing. You know what I'm saying? That was my girl. You know what I'm saying?
Never go wrong with Lauren.
Yeah. Who else? There's people that I do like, but the thing is, I probably just do like them because if they were my favorite, they would be on the top of my head, right? Or do I have to remember
No,
them?
I guess you're right.
I always have a hard time when anybody ever asks me that type of question. I'm like,
You have to
I
think
can't
about
remember
it.
a single artist right now. I don't know. It's like they all leave.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the new sounds and the new people and stuff like that, but I'm really not, in tune. It's not like my thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, playing music in my car, I'm not going to go, playing Cardi B, like, you know what I mean?
So have you been liking
Megan Thee Stallion.
like the recent songs that Nicki has been coming out with?
I haven't been keeping tabs with her.
Okay.
Like, I kind of, drifted, because she took a little time off to do her little thing, but I guess I haven't gotten back into, the bar thing.
I thought she retired.
She came back. She
Let's
did.
not do this.
I think that's what it is. 'Cause
She retired.
Yeah, she retired. Yeah, so I think I fell back too. You know what I'm saying? From the entire, female music scene. You feel what I'm saying? So, but there's some dope underground females that that need to that are really really dope that are coming up. You know what I'm saying?
I've been digging all Glorilla's shit.
You know who I thought would be bigger by now? Flo Milli. I thought Flo Milli would be a lot bigger by now. I'm surprised she hasn't popped off.
Well, I've heard that name. I don't remember what her song.
She's nice.
She's
fire.
nice. She's
I forget where she's from, but she's fire.
she's very like playful with the way
Yeah.
she raps. It's I don't know. It's just very playful. It's entertaining. But,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, you see other people make, and it's like, what the fuck? And then other people that probably that you think should make or should be there already. It's like, why haven't they done it? And they're so good, you know what
I
I'm saying?
think it honestly just comes to the right eyes haven't seen that person yet.
And what
Because
team
all
you
it takes is
have.
just
Right
one.
team.
Yeah,
Right
all it takes is
people
just one
behind you.
opportunity, and everything can change after that. So as long as you just staying consistent and just doing what you're doing, which is what most people should be doing if you're in this craft, your time is gonna come if you really are that nigga or that woman. You feel me?
The high levels of fame too often I think require some luck. You
Yeah.
know, your shit's gotta have the right part for TikTok, or you gotta cross paths with just the right person at just the right time.
I think TikTok.
Because there's
low-key-
only so many
yeah.
people that can rise to that like super high level.
I hate TikTok now because a lot of people are making music specifically for that shit just so it can get
Yeah.
trending, and that's just the quality of music is just ass nowadays.
It works.
I mean, it works for like money and like attention and whatnot, but it's just like as a person that likes music, it's ass.
It's like you get that one pop, and it's like, okay, what are you gonna do after? It's
Nothing.
like this. Like now,
Yeah.
all eyes are on you. Like
People are
I've been to
content
Rolling
with that.
Loud, and like certain performers, I just know them because of this one song that popped off on TikTok. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like that. like that Armani White dude, whoever made that like Billie Eilish song. I'm like, that's the only song I know by this dude, but he's everywhere at all these festivals, these award shows.
There's
and I'm
always
like,
been one hit wonders, right?
yeah, I'm like, after the
Every
3
year.
minutes, what else are we doing? You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I really think it all depends on the team that you have around you. Like you were saying earlier about how we're going to these showcases and you're not seeing, like, there's not going to be certain labels in the room or A&Rs and stuff like this. So that's why I feel like certain mass artists feel like they got to go outside of the state to garner that type of attention, because it's not really here in the hometown. And stuff like that, I feel like is shit that we kind of got to work on if we're not going to have it. If we're not going to have it centered right here in the state, at least have a couple key figures around that know what they're doing or know what type of connections to make. I feel like that's a nice way to get things shaken. But until then, yeah, people who want that type of attention are going to have to seek it elsewhere because it's not here.
I mean, you can get it online from wherever you are.
True.
And then I think I always find it odd that, like, you know, most of the shows I go to aren't packed with college kids. Like, there's all these young people in Boston. Lots of them have to, like, rap. You know, like, why isn't there, it doesn't, at least from what I've seen, like, there isn't a whole, like, lot of, there's not much of a fan base.
It's the local scene. I feel like people don't, I feel like since it's a place like Massachusetts, if you found out one of your homies rap, like, all right, cool, everybody wants to rap. You're doing a show, cool. Maybe they'll pop out. But we're a state that focuses more on, like, education, medicine, and sports. So, like, if I have another friend who's D1 and fucking his game is on Friday, you're probably going to get more people that are going to that game than that concert. You know what I mean?
Friends are never going to, like, pay your bills.
But I'm saying that's why in terms of, like, college students.
Yeah,
like,
but,
all these
but
people
like,
around the same
why
age.
don't, like, why aren't there college students that are just like, I want to go check out this rap show tonight?
They don't have the opportunity because I feel like he was mentioned, schools limit. Like, you can't have, like, they will bring, like, big name artists, like, probably once a year, because I know schools have budgets for bringing, you know, people like that. But they don't have, like, local scenes for artists where, like, rap artists are invited to, you know, these colleges. You feel what I'm saying? Or, I'm sorry.
No, you good. Yeah, you good.
Or even the scenes are limited as to where we can perform in Boston. You know, a lot of the times bars or local little places, you know, they'll do it for a rock band, but they won't do it because it's a rap, you know, it's a hip hop type event, you know what I'm saying? So
we're a liability.
Yeah, so we're very limited already as where we can go and, you know, and spreading the knowledge about us, you know.
I was going to say the last part of what you said is really the most important part, in my opinion. I think a lot of people in the local scene in Massachusetts don't spend enough time on their brand and their image itself. So when their name is circulating, people like, oh, I've seen that album out, or I've heard a song from this person. Like, a lot of people don't invest in themselves enough in order to garner that attention they should garner from people, just people in general. So, I mean, who did we have on when we were talking about, like, album covers, music, album covers, the music itself, how you're gonna roll out the music, marketing, all of that. You should have a team around you helping you out with everything. You shouldn't be doing everything by yourself. And if you're doing all those things, I feel like the rest will come. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think branding is a very big thing that a lot of people in the music scene out here aren't doing the right way.
Yeah.
In order to get that attention they should be getting.
Yeah, I think a bit more togetherness would help too. You know,
Yeah,
I think it's improved a lot, at least from my perspective. But like, more like a lot, like way less I'm the hottest and more we're the hottest.
I think it's because I think since we're not a mecca, we don't really have a true example of someone who's made it.
Yeah,
I feel like people just get discouraged. You know what I mean?
I mean, the common sentiment, right, is like you got to leave Boston if you want to make it.
Yeah, but I feel
even
like
people that's made it then left Boston, like, yeah, exactly, nothing.
Nah, I feel you. But I was like more saying how like maybe there is people who is doing the groundwork of trying to spread their brand, but if it's not popping off at the rate that they'd like it to, I could see how someone can get discouraged and maybe stop going as hard. Because like I said, we don't really have one example of somebody out here who's made it, so we don't really have anything to follow. We're all just trying to figure it out on ourselves.
Yeah.
So I can see how maybe if some person's not really pushing their shit, they just really don't know how, and they don't really know where to go for help.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
I can see people just getting mad, discouraged, and in turn leaving, trying to pop off somewhere else where start fresh, you know?
I see that.
I can see that happening. It does happen to mad artists. I'm like, dog, you're fire. How come I don't have more music from you? And then when I see their creative process and just everything that they think about just before releasing a single, I'm just like, damn. I understand why there's that much pressure on you, but there's really not. You know what I mean? There's really not. There's room to fuck up. If you do fuck up, just try again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People
That's important.
People like get way too cute about shit and perfectionism. And,
I feel like they think every step is supposed to be a knock out the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though like artists know there's gonna be times where you fail. Like look at Ice Spice.
There's a, that was it.
Oh man,
what happened with that? Who's that?
You know that Munch song?
Oh, yeah, Munch, all that.
Yeah, you thought I was feeling you?
Yeah.
She was an overnight success, and she's getting booked for all these shows. But when you see her live, her stage presence is awful.
Oh, really?
She obviously hasn't had
yeah.
the right team to develop that talent because it popped off overnight. You didn't know you were going to get that big, so now we're trying to market you, but you clearly are trying to learn in real time, but it is showing
that you're not ready for the
that
stage.
shit, you're just not there yet, you know what I mean? So artists got to go through that. They got to know that it's okay to go through that. But I think, you know, some of these artists, if they see that it's not going a certain way, they just decide to back out right then instead of, you know, taking the time to really develop themselves as artists.
Yeah, I mean, to succeed, it typically takes years and years of, like, really good consistency.
Yeah.
You know, people think, like, they put out their album and it's like, it didn't just automatically get 1 million streams. I guess I quit. And that's just not the way it works.
Yeah.
If somebody told you, how long were y'all doing this for?
Like 2.5 years.
2 years? Yeah. If somebody told you you had to do it for like 8 years before seeing any real progress, would you continue to do it?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Yeah, we're doing it now.
Exactly.
I like
you know
it.
what
It's
I mean?
fun. The reason I do it is because it's fun.
Exactly. And you see like the people who like have those mindsets and you continue to do it.
Yeah.
You see the type of products that they put out. You know what I mean? Because they understand the roads and the hills that they got to climb before really seeing some progress
any
with
creative
this shit.
pursuit like should not be because you want to make money from it. It should be because you like it so much that you don't want to have to waste your time at some regular job. You just want to do that. And that's why you want to make a living from it.
Exactly.
That's the right reason.
Exactly. And I like, for example, I think this, like the studio, the setup is so dope because it's like you can do this shit and then like go make a sandwich downstairs.
Oh yeah,
that's just
this shit's really cozy. Like I hope so
fucking
comfortable. Right
like I hope to.
I could lean back right now and just
just chilling.
Like I hope to, at one point to get to that point, you know, where I could just because the studio that we use,
like it's cozy, but not like this.
Yeah, and it's not ours. You know what I mean? Like you know how much I would love it if I was just randomly chilling one day and be like, yo, feel like shooting, let's pull up upstairs real quick. Yeah, that'd be fire, you know what I mean?
Or when some hot shit just happened, we want to talk about it. Yo, just go upstairs real quick, make that episode.
Or I just meet somebody out of nowhere on the street and I'm just like, oh shit, this is crazy. Let's go shoot something right now. Having that access to do that, that's fire.
I mean,
that's fire.
Do you add people onto your show just so you could talk to them?
What do you mean?
Oh, me, obviously, right? I mean, like, do you add, like, girls onto your show because you're like, oh, she's hot?
No.
We don't need
I'm going to shoot my shot.
No, we don't need to do that.
No, that's too,
No, I'm not.
And I don't know, I've just seen that from the opposite side, and I just see how bad that goes.
So you had girls get onto the show to get with you?
No,
No, you didn't say no to that. You said no to the other thing.
I've never had a woman on the show to seek sexual advance. I did not have sexual advances with that woman.
We have never
anybody on the show.
So you've never encountered.
We've had a female co-host at one point, but like. That's because we were actually friends. We're actually friends.
We wanted to tap into a different lane too.
Nobody comes on the show to try to get with y'all.
That we know of, no.
See, I feel
If
like
they were on the show and that was their intention, we never knew.
I hear shit like that, and I'm like, people who are like that put a bad name on podcasts. Like, people like that are why they tell black men to stop doing podcasts. Literally because of shit like that. Like, I go through a whole thread on Twitter about why specifically black men should stop doing podcasts. Really? Yes.
I see it all the time. I see it all the time.
And shit like that is like
in a racist way or like
no. It's normally coming from black
It's not
women.
necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, you know. I mean, it's a bad
that's
thing
whack.
from y'all's end. If you
that's
was
whack.
inviting girls on just to talk to them or
No
to shoot your shot,
game.
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
no
bad.
game,
That's
bro.
For me,
But I
that's
think
just
if
like
girls are coming on the show just to get with y'all, I think that's hot.
Nah.
Nah, that's a waste of my time. Like, why am I gonna wait? Why am I gonna spend this hour and a half?
Yeah, it's a
talking
waste
to
of
you
your
about
time.
like,
But yeah, like I think it's hot that a girl would come onto your show just to, you know, she didn't really want to come onto the show.
Oh,
she
she
didn't.
don't need to come on the show for that.
facts.
She don't need to come on the show.
If you don't want to be on the show for
Say
what
that.
we
People
did,
shoot their shots differently.
No, I understand what you're
They
saying.
don't have to DM. They don't have to, like, you know. They
Seems like a lot of work for women.
if you a
You
shorty
know?
that wants to come on our show and the only reason is because you fucking with me and Dev, don't do it. Don't do it. It won't end well.
We can have a podcast in the car, have a
What?
great conversation there.
We can record our time together. It might not be the show.
Yeah, I don't need to do that. There's
Put on a
something I would
different
say. I
platform.
would never risk the integrity of my show for that.
Facts.
Never do that.
Facts.
I would never compromise the integrity of
Yeah,
the show for
because
that.
it goes back to just trying to make the best episode.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And we don't need that.
Shit, last thing I need to hear is, yo, did you know that dude from the Urban Products slid in my
Tried to
DMs?
talk to her.
Next thing you know, you're like, oh, you let her on?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Y'all
Yeah.
let her on? What
Yeah.
does she even do? You feel me? I'm like, I don't need shit like that.
So here's something I'm interested in you guys' opinion on because you don't make much music, right, or anything, right?
No.
Yeah. So you're neutral. You're neutral. So there's been a debate on Instagram because this one artist, Futuristic, was like made this video spouting off about how like producers don't deserve 50% of the song and all this stuff because the artist has to do all the work to make the song go, so they deserve a bigger cut of
What?
streaming royalties.
That's funny.
Who said this?
Futuristic.
I have a.
He's a punk. So obviously I'm a producer. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
Who's futuristic?
For me, yeah, that's one thing.
He's
Yeah,
an
I'll just let
artist
you.
from
I'll let you
Boston?
finish.
Nah, he's not
Yeah,
Boston.
Yeah, I'll,
He's
I'll let
LA.
you finish.
He's
Yeah.
LA.
That's about it. So I'm interested in like you guys. Like it sounds
want
like
me
I
to
know
go
what you're
first,
about
or
to
you
say,
wanna
but
go
like
first?
I'm waiting for Master's question. Go ahead.
yeah. So I mean, how do you feel about that? You know, so if it's a situation where there's no producer fee being paid by the artist, and the producer and the artist is saying let's get together, let's make this song.
Oh, there's
money's
no
changed.
producer fee?
No producer fee.
Oh, give them the money, bro.
No. But it's a situation where you split the royalties in half.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
complete sense.
That's
Yeah.
what you do.
If the producer didn't charge, yeah, that's what you should do.
Right.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Yeah. So all right. So I guess that's a pretty quick.
I
yeah,
mean,
no, he was dumb. He's
I mean,
stupid.
Like if I pay for exclusive rights to the beat, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Like if we were just in the session creating a vibe, maybe the plan wasn't even a song. But if the song eventually came out at the end of that session, yeah, split the royalties on that. Y'all
I mean, it
collabed
can
on
even
that.
be
Still
it can
worked
even
on
be
it.
in advance. The deal could be like, yeah, like I'm not gonna make you pay me, or I don't have any money, but I really want to make a song with you.
Yeah, if y'all got that
If,
relationship,
if it's creatively exciting.
that's technically how artist producer combos happen. You know what I mean? Because it's just an artist and a
dope.
producer. They found a vibe that worked, and they just decided to ride with it. You feel me? That was I think that's what you're talking about right now. Is the thing with Glorilla and Hit Kid, because
I
they're
heard about this.
yeah. So Glorilla and Hit Kid, they're having disputes about ownership over FNF, because apparently Hit Kid had 100%
Oh,
royalties.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's the
because-
big song, right?
I understand why they beefing.
You feel me?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How she let
fuck,
that?
nigga.
How they let that happen?
Because apparently the producer was creating a compilation album, and that song was meant for the album. So it was his song. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay, I see.
And Glorilla was like the featured artist, but
Yeah.
he did like some distribution deal or some backdoor deal that cut Glorilla out of the profits. And obviously that song blew up, got Glorilla her major label deal, but now she's going over still performing the biggest song in her career, and she don't own any of it.
Not getting paid for it.
That's
You
Yeah.
feel me?
That's
So
That's
yeah, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
These
her team's
producers.
not telling her to stop.
I mean, this
It was before she blew up.
is before she blew up. You know what I mean? Like, she was just making heat in the lab, and it took off. And the producer took advantage of, you know, an artist that didn't know better.
I can't stand that shit, man. I mean, like, you know, people always talk about how there's always so many rats and snakes in the music industry, and it's that type of stuff that just perpetuates it. You know, if you create something with somebody, like, you should split it up.
Yeah.
That's the right thing to do.
No matter if you felt like, oh, I did more work, or it was my compilation, or anything like that. You know, all the songs of my compilation just cut in half with the artists. You know?
Yeah. Since you're a producer,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, so how do you, in terms of receiving credit, right? Whenever I go on Apple Music or a streaming platform, and it says the artist and Dallas Rose. Do you like that, or are you okay with
I wish that there was just a spot for the producer.
Yeah.
You know, where you could just list this was produced by so and so. I don't really feel like it makes sense for me to be named, like, if I make a beat for somebody for their song, like, I don't need to be named as the artist necessarily. I think it's cool.
Say if you like
but,
executive produce an entire project, for example, and it's like a collab album with you. Yeah. Like, would you want?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, I say all that, right? But the shit I just put out is High Street by Dallas Rose featuring, you know, all these artists. So I am the artist in that case. But that was a little bit different because it was kind of the reverse, right? I'm thinking of a case where, like, I make the beat for the song and the artist puts it out.
I'm talking about you doing an entire tape for somebody.
Oh,
like, say for example, that 10 on the 1 joint that you did with You and Dunn.
Yeah.
If you did his entire album,
Yeah.
would you prefer on Apple Music to say Dunn Dealey and Dallas Rose 10 on the 1? Or would you have been okay if it just said Dunn Dealey 10 on the 1? And I'm just using him as an example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
I know that producers.
I guess, like, I care more. I don't know. I think there needs to be some other slot for the producer, you know, or it should say, like, you know, prod by Dallas Rose, and it should be all linked up correctly and understand what that means. You know?
I know they do that on Tidal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they credit, like, they put
sick.
all the credits of
awesome.
producers, engineers.
Tidal
like,
doing it the right
so
way.
Tidal does all that shit.
I mean,
Jay-Z doing it the right
there's
way.
like radio and shit too. Like, it'd be good to have your name. You know, that's also why we use beat tags. You know, so that people hear
True.
it. Yeah, no, I think that there needs to be a little more of that. I care more about on social media. If you're posting about the song, I really want you to be saying produced by Dallas Rose.
No, that definitely makes sense.
On the actual song.
Yeah, because that's when, like, people are gonna click on it and check you out.
Yeah.
On Spotify and Apple Music, I don't care quite as much about my presence on there because I'm not, like, I mean, maybe I will be now, but, like, historically at least, and most producers aren't, like, putting a lot of music out as themselves. I don't know though, man. I mean, you got me thinking about it. You know, I think there does need to be some type of spot where you're named on there.
Yeah,
Across all platforms.
because I thought that's kind of when the game for producers changed. Like, I feel like
Started hearing
maybe
those
early
tags.
2010s, when it was more artist heavy. But then when you had people like Mustard and Metro coming onto the scene, making their tags more known, but also doing completely bodies of works with the artists, I feel like that's when shit started to change.
Yeah.
Just in terms of producers, and producers started to become more known.
I think that really highlighted how the level that producers play in the game itself.
Right.
Because when that started happening, I started paying attention to more the beats itself.
Right.
And I'm just like, shit, this really makes the song, not the artist. So it's just
You know what I mean? Like fucking, like Future.
I said it. No, I've learned. Because I've been doing this shit for, 4 or 5 years with this man,
4
right?
years,
Yeah.
I barely knew what an engineer did
Yeah,
before
yeah.
this. Now, like, after talking to him, like, you know, like, I understand this shit. Not nearly to his level, but, yeah, producers make the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's,
I mean, I love that, but, like, honestly, I really do believe it's 50-50. You know?
No, I do. It should.
Like straight up. You know?
Because I say that, because, like, remember when, like, Future went on his 3-tape run with, like, Monster, Beast Mode, and 56 Nights? So, Monster, Zaytoven, 56 Nights was fucking Esco, and then you had Beast Mode being Metro, right? So, all those 3 producers did an individual tape with Future, and then literally after that, all these producers just started becoming known.
Yeah.
Like, What a Time to Be Alive was Drake, Future, and Metro. You know what I mean? So, like, it's the fact that the producers are also starting to become just as important as the artists now.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's more fun
that
for the
shit's
fans. You know, it gives the fans something else to grab onto and,
Yeah.
and you know, follow and check out, and you know, more of a story to the whole song.
I think it's dope.
Yeah.
It adds more.
Definitely.
Like you said earlier when you were like producers are now creating the sound. You know what I mean? It's not really artists doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the trademark sound, it's definitely. I say the same thing as Devo. You know, it's definitely on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, if you want to shift the
I think
sound,
it's
create
the
a sound.
producer's job to actually bring the artist this idea to life, like
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
actually, you know, put that vision out there that was stuck in their head. I think it's the producer's job to actually, you know, that's where the mix come in at, or like, you know, yeah, that's the icing right there. You know what I'm saying? So producers are very important. Very
essential.
important.
That's why I
They
prefer-
do deserve that 50, you know, because they do. You write the song, yes. Not sure what the process is, but it could be easy, quick, hard, long for some people, whatever. But that's just that. The producer has to come in here and put up with your bullshit in here. And then he has to listen to it over and over and over again to
Facts.
actually master your sound. You feel me? So I think that's harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why I prefer to not just be like a beat maker too. I like to record the song, mix it, be there coaching the artist, like, oh, let's, you know, try this or let's move that chunk here, stuff like that. You know, when necessary, and really see the entire song through. Like, I'll send beats and shit sometimes and just be like, oh, I'll get it back, and that's cool. But I want to be part of the song creation. That's really my favorite part, is those moments where it's like
Form a relationship.
you first
still.
hear, yeah, I mean, yeah, you get the relationships, and then it's more. Then I think I'm more deserving of having my name listed there.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's your shit, man. Like, imagine you send out a beat and somebody send it back and it's like trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But if you were there for that process, maybe it wouldn't have been trash when they
Right.
recorded it. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
So
right.
I completely understand you on that.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, when you do those sessions with artists during an episode,
Yeah.
do you make the beat from scratch, like live as well?
No, I do that sometimes with others, but for the podcast ones, I usually send them a pack to pick from.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Because it's always like, we got to be on pretty tight timing. You know?
Gotcha.
So, like, if I'm sitting there making a beat, then they got to write to it and so on. Like, it's much easier if they're ready to go.
All right, do you do episodes like that?
Enough questions asking. This is not your interview. Excuse me?
I thought these were creatives just talking.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
chilling, having
it's
conversations.
true.
Yeah.
But like, I'm left out of the conversation, you know, because you're asking all the questions to him.
I'm dead.
So
Well,
I
remember we
pop
talked
back
about
out.
you get what you deserve? Maybe I'm just more interesting.
Hey, we ain't say that.
See, you fucked up one time when
You didn't say
you
that.
fucked up one time when she thought that you called her ugly.
Yeah.
I watched that episode.
So you heard him call me ugly, right?
Hey, yo.
People thought I was bugging about that.
I don't know if I should have plead the fifth. Plead the fifth.
Say yes, no, say
Nah,
it.
you don't know what you heard.
I heard that you thought that he called you ugly.
Did you hear him say it?
I don't know what he heard.
That's the safe answer. I don't recall. Try to come up with
Dallas
some slack.
Rose.
Yeah.
Am I ugly?
I thought you didn't want to ask me questions anymore
He's not asking you questions. I'm asking you a question.
about yourself.
This man zoomed in.
Yeah. Are you gonna say yes or no? Because you're not gonna ask me another question. Dallas Rose.
Oh,
am
she
I
put the
ugly?
place in the
Like
voice.
I said that night, the only reason it's even possible to make that type of joke is because it's so ridiculous to say that you're ugly.
That's a bar.
That's
That's a bar.
I know.
That's a bar.
No, I've tried that.
That's
one.
a
I know,
bar,
I've tried
bro.
that
That's a bar. The only reason I can say that is because of how ridiculous it sounds. Like,
Until,
what?
until you get a shorty where
I
it's
don't
like,
like that.
Nah, until you get
I
come
like
across a
that.
shorty where you're like, you don't mean that.
Like,
Come across a shorty with like, you don't mean that. You're like, that's what you always say. Like, go tell that to some other bitch. That's literally what it be like.
all right, to clear the air, he mentioned ugly the last time, but to clear the air, that's not what he meant.
Facts.
Because obviously, what?
You feel me?
Gorgeous, fam. We all know that.
There we
Everybody knows
go.
that.
Period.
Period.
Let him know. Let him know.
Ugly and
natural
fame
too.
is not synonymous.
It doesn't like it doesn't even go together.
That's
The
another
fuck?
bar.
I'm nice.
Everybody look at the screen.
another-
Everybody look at the screen.
Look at that.
This girl, man. This girl.
Y'all
I
are
love how she
live.
just took everything over real quick.
I like that. Let's recenter.
Yeah, let's reset
Let's bring it back
Refocus
to me.
on me. I like that. I like that.
Y'all are a whole vibe. Now,
Hey, try to tell you.
I love it. Are you guys married in relationships?
I got a shorty.
I'm
You got
26.
a shorty. You're 26?
This man said married.
Married.
Yeah, married.
I was
Uh,
married at 26.
Okay.
years
Yeah,
old.
exactly.
Would you recommend it?
No.
No, yeah. So I'm making the right choice.
That
Good
is.
for you.
That was just a wild
Good for
call.
you.
You wouldn't recommend it. If you wouldn't recommend marriage, I'm making the right choice. I'm not getting married.
No, you
So, well,
can
there you
still
go.
wait. Because you're still young. How old are you?
25.
25. You're a baby. Yeah, he got married at
How old are
26.
you?
He didn't like it.
How old are you?
Oh wait, should we ask that? I don't want to fuck
I
myself
thought-
up. I don't want to be. I want to be like Dallas. Right? I'm asking. I'm asking. 'Cause
Fuck yeah, I want to know.
I'm asking because I'm preface this by saying the whole time I'm thinking you're like 23.
No, I just want to know because she called us a baby. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she called me a baby, so I'm thinking, wait, she gotta be older than me
Feel me?
now.
Our masculine ego
Yeah.
just peaks a little bit.
You ain't 23?
I'm 30.
Oh, black belt. Flags dog.
Right.
You ain't 37? Good for you, girl.
Text me a skincare routine later.
Shit. Just wake up, be me. What you mean? Just wake up and be me.
No,
Hey, yo,
so I'm
and if
26.
my mic
I
spiked at
hate
all,
you.
that was
I
genuine.
hate you
That was
so
genuine
much.
excitement.
Bro, she's 26.
26?
Yeah, I hate her, bro.
Let me take all my shit back. Take my shit back.
That's mean. You can't take it back.
Hey, you lied to
She
me.
said I'm 30 with a
We're
straight
the
face.
same age.
That's
like,
crazy. I'm the
see?
baby of the group? That's crazy.
You're the baby.
I love it.
So we gang. We like twin.
Wesley's way
Twin
younger.
number.
That's okay.
You lied to me, but
Wesley's
it's okay.
19.
He's
Oh,
the
nah,
baby.
you the baby. You the baby.
He looks 12.
Hey, I'm an OG, bro.
Stop with that.
With his MO shirt on.
How old are you?
19?
19.
It's alright. You got more facial hair than I did.
I was about to say, yeah, shit. I just started growing this shit in, so.
You know what that means.
I don't.
No.
You don't got no facial. He's still a baby, so he probably wouldn't know what that means. See?
Oh, so I don't eat the box.
I didn't know where this
Is that how
conversation
you
was
go?
going.
Could be how
I
you
was
do it.
waiting for. Can you let her lead the topic? No, we're not podcasting right now. Let her lead the topic.
Hold on, no, there's that saying that
I don't. I'm waiting for you to get. Let her
that
say it.
saying that's accurate, right? Because
What?
he could back me up here.
Yeah.
That if your face is clear of hair,
Yeah.
you know, you're a reasonable age to have some hair on your face, and you have a baby butt face right now.
Don't even respond yet.
So that means you don't eat enough coochie.
Oh, okay. So that is what
No,
she
you
was
gotta eat
implying.
ass.
Okay, that is what she was
Oh, it's
implying.
ass.
Sir.
Oh.
Sir.
I'm
The
plead-
nutrients is
Sir,
in the ass, they said.
I'm
No,
a-
the nutrients is in the ass, they said.
The
so
nutrients.
Devin. All I'm
y'all
gonna
not
say is,
eating enough what? Like, what's going on?
for one,
You need some hair, baby.
Turn around, fam.
Hey, yo.
I don't even I don't even know what to say right now.
You're making me blush.
Let's hear it.
Only reason I say it is just because I used to be a wild nigga, bro. Like, I used to do some crazy shit with women back in the day.
Oh, so the saying is that's a false.
This is what
I mean-
Is it false?
Now do your thing, Pimp. You good?
I mean, for me, you know what?
go
I'm
ahead.
a changed man. I'm
Some
a different
people-
man.
some people-
I don't do this anymore. I don't feed into shit. So you right. You right.
So after college, you had to slow down. It seemed like.
100%. I could not be acting the way I would have had a kid by now.
Okay.
What? Oh,
Okay.
1000%.
Good for you. I mean, you still have time.
For what?
Grow hair.
You still got time to eat the box. Still got time to eat the
You're
butt.
only 25. You got about 30 more years. So.
So as you see, it's growing in right now. So clearly, I've been doing a good job.
Alright, bro. Alright.
bro.
It's like past
What's going on?
It's like,
What's going on, bro?
Bro, my thing is like,
another past
bro,
year.
my thing is,
I hate y'all.
how did you expect her to respond to that question? Better say I'm doing a good job. How the fuck is she supposed to?
Because you see it growing now, which means I must have started doing it. You feel me?
I don't know, bro.
I'm just using her logic. I'm just using her logic. You know what? I'm gonna bow out of this
I
conversation.
mean, I see that little
This a
Hitler
lose.
shit. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
whoa,
What the fuck you said?
Hitler shit right here.
I don't know what she's talking about.
They just got Kanye.
I don't know what she's talking about. Shit. I don't know what she's talking about. I get complimented all the time about the way I look.
There you go.
No.
You feel me?
There you go. There you go.
You are a handsome guy.
There we
You're
go. Gas
very
on my dog.
handsome.
Gas
on
you
my
feel
dog.
me? You got a nice looking face.
Here we go.
And you got a nice nose.
Yes, sir.
Your nose is like, it's not very black. It's
When's
not.
the last time you got your nose
Wait,
complimented?
what? No, bro, she
No,
said
she
my
said
nose is not very black.
I don't even
What
know
does that
means. I don't even
mean?
know what that means.
What? Listen.
She finding something to compliment you on.
I'm complimenting your ass, okay?
So your
I feel
nose
like that
ain't
was
that
just
black,
like,
you feel me?
I feel like that was a backhanded compliment.
No, you got.
Your nose is
Ain't
not
that
black.
black.
That's why it looks good.
Kinda.
What's
no,
a
no,
black
I didn't
nose?
say
Yeah,
that.
like what is that? What's a black nose?
No. I said I like your nose. It kind of doesn't look black because your nostrils is kind of covered like
Word.
this, and you have like your nose is up, like, and then it goes like up like this, and it goes like that. But you have a little bit of flare like black, but that's why I said
Do you understand?
it's
me?
not really like
I
black.
think I missed this class in biology.
I was about to say, like, yeah, I don't know.
Just tell me about genetics.
I don't know.
on a black
I don't know
nose.
what class.
It's
Yeah,
all right.
you
Do
know,
you see my nose?
I don't.
It's flat.
Shorty, I'm never gonna tell you got a black nose. Just
I
know
got a black nose.
I would
You
I
have
would
a
never
nose?
come out of my mouth.
You have a nose with a septum.
I have a black nose. It's
Shout
not
out
a
to
bad
you.
thing that
So you saying my nose is like Dallas's nose?
I know black people that have chinky eyes, you know.
Nah, let's go there.
I like her. She wild, bro. She wild, bro. She wild.
We've been over this before. You're not supposed to say that.
She got no filter.
What am I supposed to say to describe that?
Asian.
So what's chinky?
It's a slur. It's a slur.
You know how you wouldn't want a white person to call you the N word?
Nigga, yeah. So
Oh.
they say chinks to each other.
It's
like,
different.
what-
You still saying it? You still saying
Like, what's up, my
She gets you.
Oh, that's how they talk.
I fuck with her.
That's how they
I
talk,
fuck
though.
with
That's alright.
She's like, that's how they talk to you.
I get that's gangster. You feel me? I respect it. You guys made me learn something
I
today.
ain't expect any of this. That's
That
crazy.
might have been the greatest answer I heard. That's what they
Dallas
call
just
each other.
told me I can't say that because it's racist. That's all he kept saying, but he didn't say it's racist
Why?
because that's
Yeah.
how they interact with each other. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not because of that.
That's not.
I mean, if you really want to go,
No.
I mean,
No,
if you
it's
really
a
want to
slur,
take it to the next level, you should be like, why is he telling you what's racist? My bad.
How we get to this
I'm just
point?
fucking with you.
Dude,
That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
there's this I work in a store and they have like it's like European. It's a European store. They have like it's how you call it? Chinese fortune cookies.
So a fortune cookie.
They're fortune
let's
cookies.
see
But
what this
Chinese
goes.
people created it, right?
So
Sure.
fortune cookies.
Sure.
Yeah, so I can say Chinese fortune cookies. That's not racist.
Have
right?
you seen an Indian
Fortune
fortune cookie?
cookies are cool too.
Indians don't got fortune.
I mean, I think just
Do
fortune
black
cookies
people
are
have
cool.
fortune cookies?
Black people don't have fortune.
Do white people have fortune
I've
cookies?
never heard of a
Do
white.
Mexican people,
I've
Spanish
never
people?
heard.
All right, then. So,
So just
fortune
fortune
cookies.
cookies.
You don't gotta
specify
specify.
Only Chinese people have created them.
But
So
so
why you
you
have to
know,
say Chinese
but
fortune
oh,
you
I
see?
get your
Yeah,
point.
there
You
you
all
go.
know who made it. Like, you don't
Exactly.
gotta say it.
There you go.
Oh.
It's like saying, like, you know, black niggas.
Why you gotta say black?
You feel me? You feel me? It's like different. But
No,
yes.
but I could be referring. I could just be telling y'all a story and referring to my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like my homie. You know, I still refer to
You would do it-
everybody. I refer to everybody as like
That's what's
nigga,
up.
cause it's not to me. I don't know.
Lights on top. Yeah.
Cause that's just how I talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna switch it up because I'm talking to him.
I feel you.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do. I feel you.
Okay.
So yeah. Work fortune cookies.
Oh yeah, so they're like dark humor or whatever. So then this lady and her husband, they were just making naughty jokes or whatever. And then he grabs the box. He's like, "Oh, what's this?" And she's still chuckling away. And he's like, he opens it before he buys it. You could tell he was annoyed. He opens one and breaks it, and he goes, I don't even know what it said. It said something about what you would do to your wife. This nigga started dying. And we all like, like, why would you say that? But that was the moment right now. That awkward ass moment. When you had said the racist thing, yeah.
That was just a flying thing that just went through my head.
Yeah. It was literally, I've been through that 2 times in one day, so I just had to make the connection.
I feel you.
Yeah, it was funny. But, yeah, we talk about race. We talk about everything here. We talk about the racist shit all the time.
I like it.
Yeah.
Just get into it.
We talk about...
Talking about noses.
we had a whole slavery episode.
Talking about
Slavery
E9.
episode, like... Yeah, this is it. This is where it happens at. The eating ass, you know.
I would just be in the corner for those conversations. But y'all have a ball.
So, did you say you was single?
Yeah, I'd say that.
You would say that?
I would say that.
So, there's girls out here claiming you, but you would say you're single.
Whoa,
that's what I'm getting
where did
here.
he say that? Where did he say he got shorties claiming him?
See, I'm used to this.
What?
I'm used to them doing that shit.
Wait, what?
Like, no,
Your
I
choice
said
of
what I
words.
said.
That was a crazy.
Your choice of words.
I feel like I kind of rearranged your question in the form of an answer. So if you want a different answer, rephrase your question.
Oh, okay. So, do you have a girlfriend? You said
No.
So, do you have shorties?
No.
It's all right.
You have...
Hey, let me hang.
You have-
My bad.
I want that shit now, bro. I want that shit now, bro.
We on camera. You can't catch me
You can't
slipping.
even edit that shit out, bro. You got me,
Say it again.
got me looking terrible.
Alright, so you
On,
gonna leave me hanging?
yeah. Now you know how it feels.
Alright, dapper
So,
myself
you
every
got
day.
mad bitches.
Now we cannot.
Yo, when did
now
I
we can
say
dap each
that?
other up.
Thank
you.
You said, do I have shorties? I said no. So when did
Bitches?
shorties say...
Whoa.
You said, yo, got shorties, then you must have bitches.
I didn't know there was a difference.
I don't know, because you niggas be differentiating females, ladies, shorties
No.
from bitches.
Oh, really? I didn't
So,
know that.
yeah. So, if you got a girl, I said, if you got a girl, you said no. I said, you got shorties, you said no. So, I said, you got bitches.
I feel like that all
If he
circles
said
back to
no-
say I'm single.
If he said no, would you say he has hoes next? Or?
You got hoes,
And what happens if he says no after that?
I might not have
you
said
got
no.
broads.
I might have said no to that.
I was about to say, if you're a single man with no hoes, bro, yo, you gotta say you got hoes.
Right?
You gotta have hoes as a single
At least
man.
one.
Ho, you got a hoe.
You got a hoe?
No,
You got hoes?
no.
So, what you doing at nighttime?
I sleep peacefully without one stress in my mind.
With Palmer?
I wake up with a smile every morning.
Did you say with Palmer? yo, you disrespect.
I didn't catch
Who you
that.
sleep with?
I didn't
With
catch
Palmer.
Palmer.
that. Oh, I called it
Jill. Yeah, Jill. Jill.
Y'all was fucking hilarious.
Hey,
Jill. Yeah.
Hey, you know?
I know what. 'Cause I'm asking.
you got a man?
I'm asking.
You got- you got a man?
I got you. I got you.
And now she's asking the questions.
So what do you do?
What's your
Are
question?
you celibate? What the fuck do you do?
All right, now I'm gonna lay it all out, and I pray to God there's no follow-up questions, because I'm like, how I lay it out for you, there should be no follow-up questions.
All right, cool. I'm gonna listen close.
All right.
Listen to this shit.
I am single. I do not have a girlfriend. I have fun time to time.
So you sleep around?
Sure.
Okay, good.
And
So that
I don't
means you
think
got
there's
hoes.
anything. Why would I call them hoes?
Cause you got no intentions with them, but to just do.
So how do you
know,
define
this.
hoes?
that they know their place.
Actually.
They know that they're not getting money from you. They know that they're...
To me, I just wouldn't call them hoes, but like I want to see how do you define hoe? Because you know,
To me, that's
I
a
respect
hoe.
women out there,
If
you
a
feel
dude
me?
is not doing nothing for you but giving you dick, then that means you're just free hoeing. You're renegading. That's renegade. Yes, that's renegade. You're renegading.
What? Renegading?
Cause hoes work for money. Like hoes, they prostitute. They ask
But
for.
he ain't giving no money.
Wait, hold on, wait, not.
So
Are
he's with a
hoes-
renegade.
Are hoes bad in your world?
No, hoes are not bad. No, hell
So
no. They
for
get their
you,
money.
a hoe is just a sexually liberated woman.
Exactly.
You know, you're talking about a prostitute.
okay.
No, a prostitute is somebody that has
Does
sex
all
for
that
money.
for some change.
Yeah,
I thought that's what you just said a hoe does.
a hoe
Does
has,
it for free apparently.
Okay, I got that.
That's a renegade.
renegade.
We just learned that that's a renegade.
No, that's a renegade.
To relax.
So a renegade is gonna fuck cause she thinks you're cute.
Let me make sure nobody's watching this live.
Are you
Choose
like
my
in
words
church or
carefully.
something?
Am
Are
I
you in church? Are you a
Nah.
gospel person? Okay,
No.
cool.
Ooh, okay, I'm safe. Word.
So a renegade person, you know what I'm saying? And again, to all these different types of females, there's nothing wrong with how you live your life. You know, your sexuality, that's you. I'm not shaming you. I'm not downing you. I'm just trying to make these boys understand.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So a renegade is a female who probably just likes you and likes your vibe or whatever. So she's
Okay.
gonna have sex with you. But
Okay.
she does that frequently. Like she don't mind.
With you or with other people?
It's usually multiple people.
So she likes
And
multiple
she's
people.
doing it with you, but it's not exclusive.
It's not exclusive, so she must
She
be
could.
doing it with other people as
and
well.
that makes her a hoe.
It makes her a renegade.
And
She's
a
fucking
renegade's
for
not
free.
a hoe.
A renegade can be considered a hoe.
My head
because-
hurts.
No, I need this.
Bro, my head hurts. Yo, I'm so serious.
Because when I have these conversations in the future, I need to know what to hit them with. You feel me? So I like this conversation.
Bro, renegade,
It's
whole prostitute,
labeling. Yo, words
slut,
matter.
They're
You feel
different.
me?
They're all different levels.
Okay.
Bro,
Okay,
how many
so-
I would
different
say-
women are there?
Because I would say, am I enjoying my time with women? Sure. Would I call them hoes?
No.
You feel me? But
So
it's
you
like,
can call them a renegade.
okay.
Can I call them by their name?
Can I?
You definitely can, yeah.
Like, imagine me pulling up to a shorty and like, she's my actual friend. Yo, you a renegade.
I just learned that today.
I don't know.
Never heard that before.
I feel like you can have friends that you're cool with. And time to time, if you want to do some, do some.
Yeah. That's true. People live like that. Single people, I think, deserve to live like that. You know, to
Stress-free.
live, you know, how you want without no restrictions or
you're single.
somebody blowing down your back or whatever. You
And
know
when
what
you're
I'm
ready
saying?
to settle down with that one person,
Exactly.
you know,
That makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Do you have your person?
Do I have my person?
that was a great question.
Yeah, that was a great question.
How you worded that?
Very simple. Very simple. Very simple. Yeah.
The highest level.
I like trees.
Feel me?
I like trees.
Trees?
Yeah.
That could
She's
mean many
sexually
things.
attracted to trees.
I know what
That
you
could mean
mean.
so many
It means that she's sexually attracted to trees.
That's not what I
She
asked,
really is.
though. That's not what I asked. I said,
really am.
do you have your person?
That was her answer, though. I think that she doesn't have a person because she likes trees.
Okay, so yes
Is
or no?
trees code for something?
No,
No, I
like
swear
the
to God.
trees outside.
Explain it. You see a nice tree.
You see a nice piece of bark and you're like, damn.
It's not just a bark.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, the bark of a tree. Oh,
Yeah.
you see the whole tree.
You have to see the tree for what it is.
You don't treat the tree like a hoe.
No, trees are precious. I see trees when I see...
Well, without trees, we'd be dead, so. That's true.
trees are very precious, you know. Yeah,
But you don't have your person.
trees.
Okay, so whoever's fucking with her, she ain't claiming you.
No.
She ain't claiming
No,
you.
no. For the rest of this interview,
She ain't claiming you.
for the rest of this interview, I'm answering my questions just like
No, that's not fair.
This ain't-
That's not fair because you're getting interviewed.
Okay. Word, I'm gonna give you the best answer in the world. What's your next question? I've really been fucking with
Y'all are
rocks
making
lately.
me hot.
I've been fucking with rocks OD lately.
Hold
yo.
on, you been fucking on rocks?
Yeah,
Oh.
you feel me? Nah,
So
let's take. We doing this? I said I'm gonna
Why
give that
would
type
you
of answer
fuck
all
with
day.
somebody? Why would you fuck somebody on rocks?
No, I said
That's-
fuck with rocks.
with rocks in your hands.
Like a nice, pretty rock. You like a pretty.
No,
rock.
you know how you like trees. He likes rocks.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the sound of it gets you like corny or something?
Like erosion drive me crazy. You feel me?
So you like a river rock, like a smooth.
Bro,
what the fuck are we talking about right now? Nah, no way we talking. Nah, we ain't doing this shit. What's the next?
Nah,
ain't no way we talking about rocks and erosion, bro. I ain't
with
doing
rocks,
that.
bro.
Nah.
Yo.
Nah.
Anytime I go through a bumpy road, I say less.
Say what? It's fucking hilarious.
What do you
Man
guys-
closes his eyes.
What do you guys got planned for the future of your show? You got episode 200 coming up.
Shoot.
Episode 200, that'll probably be 2023 when that happens.
Yeah, it's a little ways away.
Shit.
Just keep growing.
Just keep growing,
Just
bro.
keep growing, yeah. Just keep
Like
growing. Getting better and better every interview, and just try to expand our reach and
What's your
try
ultimate goal? Sorry.
to have an influence on the music scene within Massachusetts, to try to curate something where people can what we've been talking about this entire episode, where we can create an environment and community in Massachusetts where people don't feel the need they have to leave Massachusetts in order to be seen. So that's our ultimate goal. But
That's awesome.
And for people to know, there's actually dope people out here.
That's too.
There's actually dope people out here. Like,
Exactly.
like I want to create a type of scene and environment where it's like, yeah, these shows can be packed out because I actually know the talent that's on the stage. You know what I mean? Like, how many flyers you see around, and you just see a bunch of people that you haven't never heard any of these names before, but I've noticed certain flyers when I see repeated names that are pulling up to these shows. I'm like, there's maybe something about this person that's fire. You feel me? And it's my job to take all that information, learn what I can, flip it in a dope way to release the public to make sure that they can see all that shit too. You know, and that's what we're trying to do. Like, let you know what's available in the city. I hopefully in my future can be a big music exec in whatever label I'm partnering with at the time. When they're looking for talent, when they want to know what's popping, I want to be able to pull out a giant list of people from my state and be like, boom.
Nice.
I got this list of people who are ready, with shit ready to go.
10 years, A&R Dev.
5.
Calling it.
Nice.
5.
There you go. We
That's
need
what's
ARs in this city, man. We need, instead of people getting other major artists, they need to get major producers, major A&Rs, major different types of labels. Try pulling those type of people in, you know, into the city instead of having us, you know, pay so much money just to have these people come into the city and take because they're already big, you know. And when they take, a lot of times we don't get much back. But if we have, like, you know, say we have a Dr. Dre in the motherfucking building, you feel what I'm saying? That's opportunities for artists and producers, you feel what I'm saying? Like, now he's listening to beats and listening to artists and making that connection, you feel what I'm saying? It makes sense. That's something that people should be paying for, you feel what I'm saying, to enter a room like that, you know? That's value.
People here need to get their numbers up. You know, I don't see too many people from around here that have like big Spotify numbers and shit. You know, and like no A&Rs, no big producers are gonna pay any attention until you do that. They're not trying to develop people anymore.
Marketing is tough.
You know, so people have to market, dude.
Especially with new artists coming out every single day.
Yeah.
Like, the market's oversaturated, so I'm not going to invest my time and energy into someone who isn't doing anything in their own city right now.
Yeah.
I guess
So I feel like that's the main thing that like, people got to get educated about around here is like, how do you market yourself?
Yeah.
You know, how do you run ads? Like, where do you run them? All that type of shit. You know, and focus as much as you possibly can on that. Like, one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of artists making is like, they just think they need to be in the studio all the time. You know, and they end up with like 100 songs in their phone. You know, they trickle them out every now and then. They don't put any marketing effort into them.
There's no plan.
And nothing happens for them. You know, like you only need to be, if like a good cadence, right, is probably like 1 song a month dropping. That means you only need to be in the studio 4 hours a month, probably at maximum. What are you doing the rest of the time? You know, you got to be doing all that other shit or have somebody doing it for you or something. Because, again, we got to build something here and we got to show the rest of the country, look, everybody's doing numbers here. Everybody's buzzing here.
Exactly.
For real, buzzing around the country. You know, and the only way that's going to happen is with proper marketing.
Exactly. Like, I would love for the fucking House of Blues, even though they don't respect black artists how they should, I would love House of Blues to be the new Middle East. You feel me? Because all the local artists pull up to Middle East. If you know you're doing something right as a new artist, if you got a show at the Middle East. But I would love, you know, if eventually the local scene was so popping where a new artist or a local artist could pack out House of Blues if they wanted to, or a venue similar to that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be so awesome.
Like, I go to these events at the Middle East, and if it's true that they're really shutting that down, that's sad as hell.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I hear that they're...
wow, really?
Yeah, they're shutting down the Middle East. So,
shit.
Turning it into, like,
Fucking
condos
condo.
or
Yeah, I was about to say.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
The fucking development they're doing out here is so stupid.
Gentrification,
It makes no
bitch,
sense.
bro. And it's like shit like that where I say, like, Mass doesn't really represent the arts community as well. Because obviously, if you're taking down the Middle East, that's a big fuck you to the art scene, you feel me?
I mean, they must not be selling enough tickets, I guess. I don't know. That's
Exactly.
Crazy. Yeah.
So, but if we could just show everyone that there's actually popping people out there that's making a way for themselves, they kind of just need the open lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's eventually what we look to do with the urban product. You know what I mean? I feel
That's
like
dope.
with our 4 years of doing this, almost 5, you could look back and any artist who ever popped up on their platform, they had something to show. You know what I mean? And that's what we continue to look to show.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You go back, any artist that we've had within the past 5 years had something to show. So
That's great.
Well,
just
we
keep to
really
pushing
do
that.
appreciate you guys
Yeah.
coming out tonight.
For sure.
And I feel like we could talk for hours.
This was
and
definitely,
hours
I
and
will
hours.
definitely say this is one of the better interviews for us, like being interviewed.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
I
Good,
thoroughly
man.
enjoyed
Good.
this.
Good, yeah, I love it
That's
too.
nice.
Thoroughly
That's nice
enjoyed
to
it.
hear.
Yeah, we had fun too.
you're a menace.
Nah,
Excited.
nah,
I
like that. I didn't like to be
I like
honest.
that.
I was really like I didn't understand how you could get people like upset, walking out, crying.
Remember I
I get it.
She was
We just not those type of people. Yeah, you know what I mean. No, she can't push our buttons. Bro.
She tried to figure it out.
She can't push our buttons, bro. We Haitian.
Y'all good though. Y'all good because y'all riding the wave.
I grew up in a Haitian household. You're gonna have to do a lot more to push my buttons.
Nice. I love it. Well, that just tells you like people are just not weaker than others. You know what I mean? And you could take certain conversations. You know, but if you could really take to heart a conversation at a interview, it's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys did handle it well. I appreciate you.
We handled it well.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
I don't know what that means.
It's like April, right?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
a fire sign.
Same.
I just know I'm a menace.
April what?
No, I'm also I'm an Earth. I don't know what I'm a Leo.
August, bro.
No, but he said what element sign. I'm like, I don't know.
Element. Oh, water. Oh, yeah.
That shit means. Word. Anything else you guys want to get out? Let's make sure people know where to find you. Instagrams, YouTubes, all that type of shit.
So you can follow us at the Urban Product on IG. Yeah, on IG we also have our own website, theurbanproduct.com. You can also find all our podcast episodes there, as well as some merchandise. It's getting cold out. You see what I'm wearing right now. You got your Urban Product sweater.
Yeah.
Hold on.
ahead,
Show them the
show
back.
them.
Show them the back. You know what I mean? You see the back. You know what I mean? You see the back. You see this man wearing the Urban Product sweats right here. Right here. We got that. If you want your pair, you can get them on the website too.
Nice.
If you want to follow me personally, you can follow me at Darnell Richardson _ and this man at.
The Urban Product.
Oh, your personal?
You don't need my personal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's nothing to find
All
on my
right,
personal.
dope. I'm gonna disable the camera phone, Wesley. So
Too bad if we don't have no song to end this shit
usually we
with.
had a song with from the artist, but you know you guys are
Do you have a favorite
podcasters.
artist that you want to end up with?
Let's
that you have on
let's play the new Last Days that's coming out on Friday. Let's leak that shit.
I like it.
It's cool too.
Okay.
It's cool too.
That shit. I mixed it.
I was about to say if you make me chose, I would have chose R&B. I was like, don't let me choose.
Who would you have chose?
I probably would have chose Shade Crew. Facts.
Okay.
The artist from Cambridge.
Yeah, let me see.
You know who you look like? Brad Hampton.
I don't know who that is.
He's a photographer,
Brad.
a really big photographer from Boston, but he does like a lot of the
just about all the way.
Celtics photos. He works with a lot of
I got a pack.
that new
Fuck.
Boston nigga that's getting big. The little light skinned kid. What's his name? The young nigga on Celtics. But yeah,
young nigga on Celtics?
he does all his photos. You look like Brad Hampton.
Is he handsome?
All right, peace.
Until next week, y'all, I'm Dane Jackson.
Dallas, this is the podcast.
And we had the Urban Product in the motherfucking building. Until next week, y'all. Peace.
We'll see y'all next time.
Peace. Hey, peace.
I'm probably in the weed when the blow high. If we the ops, we popping up on your side.
Made 200,000 out the hoopty caddy. You niggas keep coming up short just like the hoochie daddies. I wish death on you niggas that was shooting at me. And all you bum ass bitches claim you used to have me. Look, if bass ain't your favorite, it gotta be last. I never took no diving lessons, but swimming in cash. Me and Sibo hit a lick, then we split it in half. We both got a Curtis Jackson, nigga, now you do the math. Copper! Step inside the spot, we ain't tucking nothing. Niggas reach for it, gon' be ducking something. They said he died for nothing, but he died for frontin'. And when we in the spot, we ain't tucking nothing. I got it all on, got it all on. I got it all on, got it all on. I got it all on, got it all on. I got it all on, we ain't tucking nothing.
All this hate from dude is fairly new. He rock aluminum for you Jews and with cellies with a fairy too. I know your secrets, you ain't low dog. I feel sorry for your mom like the Koreans did for old dog. You ain't crew, you never knew the door knock. We was selling every drug from out of 4 spots. Send this bitch home with 4 knots. Cause my chains kept smacking her in the face when I was on top.
I'm heavy at Wells Fargo. You niggas tray in the car like let me out though. You never been hot, I only liked your outro. Somebody need to slump you rats like Alpo. Me and bass, one and the same, this rollie is plain. You high as a kite, I'm first class on a plane. In other words, we ain't the same, I struggle with pain. You gon' crash through the glass, tryna cross through my lane. Copper! Step inside the spot, we ain't tucking nothing. Niggas reach for it, gon' be ducking something. They said he died for nothing, but he died for frontin'. And when we in the spot, we ain't tucking nothing. I got it all on, got it all on. I got it all on, got it all on. I got it all on, got it all on. I got it all on, we ain't talking nothing.